beautiful, beautiful day to us. Yes, we are talking about food fads today. What are fads? Fads, they are like, I'll call them a cancer growth. That if you do not quench it quickly, it festers and it can cause a lot of damage and harm. Fads can have a lot of negative consequences. My name is Fashion Tolani, you are Nutrition Gist Media Queen from the Savage Line, and this is the health, lifestyle, and nutrition segment of the Morning Ride Show. Okay, so, wrapping up our series on dairy, we started talking about dairy and its benefits. We celebrated the World Dairy Day, last week. So, wrapping it up, just giving us some little bits, I want to talk on a fad that is presently festering around the globe. What kind of milk do you take? Are you the almond nut milk faddist, or you had the normal dairy milk? Because now a lot of people have run from the norm. They now take more of cashew nuts, they take almond nuts, they take tiger nuts. We do not say you shouldn't take those nuts, but then what do? They begin to do a whole lot of things to it, and they make it replace their milk intake. What possible damage, negative health consequence can be behind this trend? Number one, we need to understand that nuts are very beautiful, lovely foods. They are of the legumes family. They are proteinous in nature. They are, legumes and nuts, they go together. And, we have a lot of nuts, from pistachios to almond nut to cashew nut, and a whole lot of them. They have a lot of benefits in them. One of it is that they have a lot of fibers, yes, in them, especially in their backs and, all around them. Another thing is they have anti-inflammatory properties, some antioxidants, some magnesiums, which help them, to combat some infections here and there. But then there are some things that they do not have. And then someone used to say, if it is not this, it cannot be this. You cannot put a round hole in a square peg. Some things cannot be malleable and made into something else. Even if they have the form of that thing, they do not have the life of that thing. Because now some persons, what they do is that they take these nuts and then they mill it, they blend it, they remove the fibers. Yes, they sieve it off, which is very vital. And then they now call the creamy substance milk. Can that be taken as milk? First of all, let us have an understanding of dairy. I'd always explained to us from the beginning of this series that dairy, we have a whole lot of, from milk, from cow milk, from goat milk. Dairy is the compound that covers all forms of milk and creams, like cheese, like everything that comes from the cow. And then, of course, explain to us that we have different types of milk. I don't want to go back into those details again. But then, as much as we can have whole milk, skimmed milk, we also have, yes, low-fat milk. We also have zero-fat milk. We have the soya milk. And that's another ball game. Because the soya milk, unlike the ones from the cow, from the mammals, from the animals, the soya milk is from plants. And the fact that it is from plants makes it have lesser fat, but it has some abundant calcium, more than, from the cow milk. And then, of course, it may not have some certain minerals so much, but it has some more folate, some more calcium, more than dairy. So those are the interesting things, that apart from the low-fat milk, the skim milk, we have the soy milk, and all of them forms the dairy. All of them forms the milk sources. So I'm going to go on this short break, and don't go away, because we'll be back soon. Okay, welcome back. I'd been explaining that we know what milk is. And I'd explain what milk is and what nuts are. So now we are now saying that some people are using nuts in the place of milk. They are both protein, but they are very, very different. The only family of plants that can fit into the dairy family is soy milk, because it has a whole lot of benefits and nutrients that makes it almost be a complete protein. Although, now listen to this caution, there are many controversies that surround soya milk. For instance, they know it is rich in flavonoids, and these isoflavonoids, they increase estrogen in the body. So if you are someone that you have some issues with maybe hyperestrogen production, they're already complaining about that, you need to be careful about soya beans. Are you someone also that you have some thyroid issues, thyroid function issues? You need to be also careful about, soya beans. And then you are someone that you're having fertility problem, you want children, you're taking a lot of fertility pills. I think for now, as fantastic as soya beans is, you might give it a little distance. Yes, because there's so much controversy surrounding this beautiful meal. But this soya beans is the only one that is a plant seed, but it is almost equivalent in the same property like the milk family. But then the nuts, like I said, some people will blend it, sieve it, throw away the vital fiber that they have sieved out of it, and then they call it milk. Is it really milk? Let us know that one of the vital things about milk, apart from the fats and the protein in it, yes, protein is also in nuts, is the calcium in it. And then the calcium in soya beans, in whole milk, in skimmed milk, in low-fat milk is 367, in soya beans, 367 in soya beans. We have 276 in whole milk. We have 306 milligram in skimmed milk, and we have 290 thereabout in low-fat milk. Milligrams, all of them are all milligrams. 367 milligrams of calcium in soya beans. We have 276 milligrams of calcium in whole milk. We have 306 milligrams of calcium in skimmed milk, and we have 290 milligrams thereabout of calcium in low-fat milk. Now, that is the quantity of calcium in them. Now, compare that to the nuts. In the nuts, you have 1% calcium in your cashew nuts. You have like 10 milligram of calcium in your almond nut. And then in your tiger nuts, you have maybe 43.44 in your tiger nut percent of calcium. Can you compare the rate of calcium in these two? And do you understand what low calcium in the body is causing? The rate of preeclampsia amongst women now, when they are giving birth, when they are pregnant, is huge. The rate at which they are having convulsion, having preeclampsia is high. And low calcium, it makes seizures and all of this to happen. What about colon cancer? The rate of colon cancer in the world is on the high side now. Can we relate it to the low consumption of yogurt, of creams? If you have, like I always explain, there is a dairy for everyone. If you have GI problems, you belch, you have flatulence, gases when you take milk, go for yogurt. Go for low-fat milk. I even explained that yogurt and low-fat milk, it helps, the gut better. It helps you to sleep well. It prevents insomnia. And then, in fact, milk, definitely, it helps beauty again, the skin. Cleopatra of Egypt is known to always use bath in a bowl of milk and honey because it helps to remove dead cells and replenish the skin cells and then make it free from infections and a whole lot. So apart from calcium, dairy has a whole lot of benefits that we do not have the luxury of time to talk about. So next time, reach for your cup of dairy. This is a good point for me to end the show. So till we meet, same time, same morning ride, and same me. You go, eat to live, and don't live to eat. Bye for now.